when I was on the ballot, and out of 50,000 residents, 20,000 that has the ability to vote, and it was only about 500 still not ready for me. Well, I want everyone to reach in your heart and find those 500 that's going to give a BRCA, because I want to come out of Plainfield, chairman from the state of New Jersey, as the largest plurality of any town here in New Jersey. We can do it. You know, often we're mixing politics today with education. And this is what Obama is doing. No longer can they go to our churches and tell us how to vote and how to think. No longer can they take us for granted. No longer can they feel that we don't understand. Because we do understand. And because of person who have gone through the process as a freeholder in Trenton, part of leadership, part that decides what goes on in New Jersey in terms of how we move New Jersey ahead, and have the ability to be able to speak my mind, to be able to talk about our concerns, our needs, in terms of our young people. Jail is not the answer. Jobs is the answer. So I want all of the people in Plainfield, time out for Channel 31, time out for the hip hop, sit down with your children, make a bond with your children, because you'd be surprised. It was just a couple of weeks ago, I was in Linden before 11th, 12th grade students. And I was happy at that time with Congressman Rob Andrews, because he had to answer all those questions. And those were some serious questions. So don't take it for granted that your children don't understand, because they do understand. And one of the things about life, none of us can predict what the future holds for. We can't predict how our children are going to turn out. But that don't mean we have to stop loving them. That is why I become very offensive when, and I'm not going to get into that lipstick, because I don't know where that lipstick may wind up. It might wind up on the toes before this election is over. But the reality is that when a woman cannot make a choice, that's scary. And one of the things that I was very proud of about this town, this mayor, because when she became mayor, she gave the gay community here in the city of Plainfield a chance, something that Republicans want to take back. So I'm going to ask a member of the gay community, and I'm going to catch you off guard. Joan Herbie, would you come up and say a few words on behalf of the gay community here in the city of Plainfield? Joan Harvey?
All right, Joe!
I'm going to give you a reason for the next 60 days to knock on every door in the city of Plainfield. Because I feel the way they're talking is a total embarrassment for a community that shows so much love for the whole state of New Jersey. And I'm talking about the gay community. Joan, would you like to say a few words on behalf of the community?
Thank you, Jerry. Hi, everybody. Let's see. I think it's really obvious to anybody that's here and to anybody who has any kind of social consciousness that we have got to have Obama and Biden in the White House. It's obvious to me. I think that one of the scariest things, and I was just having a conversation in the back there, which is why it took me a minute to get up here, but one of the scariest things about what stands before us today is that there's an ideology at play that is a frightening, oppressive, Taliban-like ideology that we have got to fight against. People who hide behind Christ, who hide behind God, who hide behind the Bible to advance their oppressive vision of hate and their vision of ignorance cannot be allowed to take over this country any more than they already have, because we are at a dangerous precipice here. And I only pray to God, the real one that we all like, okay, and love. I only pray to that God that he sees what's happening and will step in and guide the hearts of every loving and compassionate person in this country to see what this fight is really about, okay? That's how I feel. And I personally cannot speak for the gay community. There are a lot of my LGBT brothers and sisters in the audience here, and I can't speak for them officially, and I won't. But speaking for myself, I have to say that we really need, it's all about love, it's all about compassion. We're all the same in the eyes of God. We're all God's children. So please don't let the Texas Taliban continue to take over this country, and the Alaska Taliban to take over this country. Thank you very much.
Change your lives. Keep changing your lives.
Thank you very much.
Keep changing your lives.
At this time now, you notice I'm moving rather fast because when the mayor gets here, I don't want to hold him up, but I would just like to recognize the eastern part of my district and some of the other parts of Union County. I have Dave Brown, a councilman from Raway. Dave, would you like to come up and say a few words, please? And also Derek Armstead from Linden. Derek. And Councilwoman Ricks from Roselle. Would you like to come up? Gentlemen, you want the young lady to go first? If you notice, I am tying down Union County. When they come to Union County, it's either you go out the back door or the front door. You're not going to get a chance to cut into any vote here in Union County because we're going to lock it down. This time now I'm going to ask the councilwoman, then I ask the two other gentlemen to say a few words on behalf of their towns. Thank you.
Good evening, or good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say what an honor it is that I was invited here by Assemblyman Green. I had no idea that he would ask me to speak in front of such a large audience, so he caught me a little off guard. But I'm going to jump on to something that the mayor started when she said we must register the people to vote. I'm the parent of a 17 and an 18-year-old. As such, I have teenagers in my house all the time. I have voter registrations on the ledge in the foyer. As my kids come in, because they're all my kids, and they head for the snack drawer, and they head for the Snapples and the apple juice and the oranges and everything else that Miss Ricks has, sometimes Sunday dinner. I say, Darby, you registered to vote yet? No, Miss Ricks, my birthday's in July. Okay, I got you in July, okay? Register your teens. Register your children. Hold a voter registration for the senior and junior class, because these kids are 18 years old, or they're turning 18 years old before October 15th. Also, some of us have family members with charges. If they're not on parole and they're not on probation, they can vote. Somebody has been telling our community that because we have done some crime or another, that we cannot vote. This is not necessarily true. Let the Board of Elections tell them they're not able to vote. Register them, let them send their voter registrations in, and if they get kicked back, they get kicked back. But sometimes, we all know in bureaucracy, paperwork is not done correctly. So there's a little box that somebody's supposed to check which says, take away this person's right to vote. But if that person wasn't doing their job that day and they didn't check that box, your people can vote. So register your family members, register your teens. For those of you who have kids away at college like I do, make phone calls, send text messages, ask them if these children are registered to vote. When I ran for my election for the primary this year, my daughter was a challenger, and she said, Mommy, there's a lady over here who's been talking about you all day long. All of a sudden, she was one of the poll people. All of a sudden, a bunch of teenagers started running in there voting. So when the lady said, gee, who got all these kids out to vote? I wonder who got all these out. My daughter said, my mother, okay? Get your kids registered, get your kids to register their friends, Let them know that this is important, and for the parents like us who are struggling with these tuitions, it makes no sense that middle-class families cannot afford to send their kids to college. It makes no sense that somebody can send you a bill for $20,000, $30,000, and $40,000 a year. This means that they don't want us in their institutions of higher learning. They don't want us there. But just like I got mine, I'm gonna make sure my children get theirs and their children get theirs, and you're gonna make sure that your children get what they deserve in this town. Thank you for having me.
You changed a lot.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Derek Armstead. I'm from the city of Linden. First of all, I want to thank Assemblyman Green for inviting us out. A long time ago, when I was a little boy, I used to ask my father, Daddy, is there ever going to be a black president? And he would tell me, son, maybe not in my lifetime, but maybe yours. And now that I'm a father, you know, I was posed with the same question. I have a 19-year-old daughter, and she used to ask me the same question. You know, at one time I told her, honey, maybe not in my lifetime, but maybe in yours. That was the sentiment that we as a people have become accustomed to. But I've seen something in the last few months that I never thought that I would see in my lifetime. A young man by the name of Barack Obama, who has motivated us, and he has instilled a belief of change, a good change. And as I look out in the audience, I have my two sons, Ryan and Ashton, and my daughter, Brianna, and I have little Abigail back there. Yeah, I have a lot of children. And every day we talk politics, and we say, yes, we can. Yes, we can. Because we can. Yes. This election, it's about change, but moreover, it's about 8 years of Bush and Republican failed policies. It's about sending billions of dollars over to another country when people in this country are struggling to make ends meet. There's no reason we should have unemployment in this country.
That's right.
If you take the millions of dollars, the billions of dollars that are going overseas and bring that money back home, there will be change. There will be change. And we need a Democratic administration to make that change. And Obama and Joe Biden will be that administration. And people, let me tell you this, yes, we can, and yes, we will.
Keep changing lives.
If you don't do it for anybody else, just look down at those generations coming up behind you. Do it for them. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, have a beautiful day. I'm going to pass the mic on to Dave Brown, Councilman from Rahway.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'd like to say thank you for having me today, Assemblyman Green, the mayor, for coming out. You know, when you look around, you see what's going on here in America. But Obama is another individual that has taken the step for all of us to make a difference. You know what it says about change? Change means to grow. It's another time in which we take another step in America to make a difference. Now, you've heard my colleagues tell you all about what's going on. In the city of Rahway, we try to do things what it says, let's make it happen. And the way that it happens, when it says register, get all the people, all the teenagers that will be turning 18, get them to vote. But the real deal is when it comes down to November, when we got to get the vote out. Now, when the mayor was saying, you know, the senior citizens, they're the ones that come out, the middle age, they come out, that's what we have to do. And the big deal is getting the vote. And the vote makes a difference. And I'm the guy that says in Rahway, we're going to make a difference. I want to thank you very much.
Thank you very much. At this time, I'm going to ask Chris Estevez, board member of the Board of Education here in the city of Plainfield, to come up and say a few words on behalf of the Hispanic community, and also probably introduce you to the next governor 20 years from now from Plainfield.
Primeramente quiero dar un gran bienvenido a todos los latinos que están aquí en este